tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads from over 200 countries and your number one source in after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hello, AfterBuzzers! This is really exciting. It's a very exciting day for us all at AfterBuzz because it is the first episode of Season 3 of the Mindy Project, but also the first episode we have done of the Mindy Project here at AfterBuzz.
Yay!
So we're super excited. I'm your host, Sam Davidson, and here are my co-hosts.
Hi, guys. I'm April Whisenhant.
Your last name?
I know, it's outrageous.
I'll get it right by the end of the season. Hi, guys. I'm Eman Redwan.
And we are so excited about the third season of this show.
Yes.
I thought that the second season definitely picked up
Oh, for sure.
a lot.
It was amazing.
The pilot was one of my favorite pilots, like, ever. And then it took a while to catch on, I think.
Yeah.
But what did you guys think about this episode?
I absolutely loved it. It is exactly where I wanted the show to pick up, is with Danny and Mindy dating. I've been waiting for so long, I feel like, for them to actually commit to be a couple. So that's why I love the title so much. We're a couple now, haters.
Yes,
Because-
We're a Couple Now is the title of this episode, by the way.
Exactly, because so many people, were like, oh, it won't work, yada, 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 but look at them now. They're a full-on couple.
Yeah, I feel like they've been teasing the idea of them being together for a really long time.
From
Like,
the start.
especially last season, it's like, are they going to be together? Are they not? They were together for a week and then they break up. Now it's like, oh, they're officially together. Haters. So excited.
But let's talk about this real quick, because I actually have a question as a viewer. How much time do you guys think has passed since the season finale of Season 2 and the start of Season 3? Because there was a bit of a time jump to the season finale of Season 2, if you guys remember. It kind of threw me off a little bit, so I was a bit worried that Season 3 would pick up, like, in the future. But
I feel like it's not too long after. Definitely some time has progressed, because you see Mindy's fully moved into the apartment next door and everything. And then obviously Peter and Lauren have been dating for some amount of time. But I feel like it's, probably a few months after, something like that.
Yeah,
not too far
I didn't
off.
even notice that she fully moved in.
Yeah.
That's going to be so bad if they break up.
Right? Well, how he walked
never
out on the
date
hurdle.
your neighbor.
That is
Never.
I didn't even notice
And
that.
your coworker? Neighbor, coworker,
God.
boyfriend.
That's a lot.
Unless they're soulmates, which,
Of course they are.
of course they are. But people in the real world don't do either of those things.
But
ever.
if they end up together, it's ideal because you just knock a wall down and turn it
Exactly.
into a big condo.
But how often does that happen?
Well, hopefully it's going to happen on
we're
the show.
hopeless romantics, so we're just gonna, we're gonna pray and hope that they work out.
Exactly.
I know. I suppose I'm a bit bitter. I know, but it's scary. I mean, I remember in college, though, when I dated guys in dorms, and it was the worst. I wrote in a journal, and I read it recently. Never date guys that live by you in your building. So I think it's pretty brave of Mindy to take that leap, but she's a very brave person. Let's dive into the Lauren, Jeremy, Peter love triangle. Unexpected.
I feel so bad for Peter already. Poor little thing.
I know. It sucks.
I mean, we haven't seen, I guess, Jeremy really dating anyone either, so it's like, oh, it could be good for him. They're college friends, and Peter and Lauren are so opposite, but I'm also like, he didn't think he liked her at first, and
I
now he
barely
did.
remembered Lauren.
She was well into the last season. I think only maybe like 2 episodes.
Yeah,
maybe
I
3
don't remember. I
episodes.
was like, where did she come from?
Yeah.
Yeah, she must
has
have
a
not.
kid, remember? He went on a date with her.
Is that her?
Because
Yeah,
it's
you're right.
Jeremy's friend from college, and he went on. Y'all, the only reason I know this is because I just rewatched the last season, because that's how obsessed I
Wow.
am. But
'Cause I remember she didn't really like him.
exactly,
Yeah.
and she was gonna break things off with him, but it's Jeremy's friend from college, and she met Peter, and they went on the date, and then he found out she had a baby.
He freaked out.
Right.
Yeah.
but
I feel like Peter moves way too quickly for me. Even when, he liked Maria Menounos. He was all in, and he just, he doesn't think logically, and it's just like, oh my God, she's perfect. I'm going to buy her diamond earrings. Oh no, Tira. It's like, slow down, get to know the person, and just make sure they're on the same page as you.
Yeah. Adam Pawley seems to either play a gay guy or a guy that goes in like full on, super intense. And I love him for that.
Yeah, he's so good at it.
Yeah. I think that he would be more her type because I think she's looking for somebody that's more mature and not like, in the party scene like Peter is. Because that was her issue at the beginning. Remember? She was like, you're too young or whatever it was. But maybe they may be a better match.
But
it's still awkward. It's still very awkward. But if you're in a relationship with somebody and it doesn't work out, would you not want, your friend to be happy? Well, if you thought it was real.
Yeah. They had a relationship prior because they went to college together, Jeremy and Lauren.
Okay.
So that is something to consider because when someone knows somebody beforehand, there could have been some
more chemistry,
built up chemistry that you didn't even know, and then something happens and you realize like, whoa, I've known this person for years and this is the person I'm supposed to be with. I'm nervous that's what's happening, but also, if you guys remember from the first season, Jeremy was a bit of a slut.
Oh, yeah. Kind of forget about his slutty days. I just remember now the fat suit underneath his
Oh, I know. He got fat.
Hilarious.
Karma for being a slut. But now he's skinny again, and he is after Lauren. But I think it's important to remember that he was never the best guy in the world. Him and Mindy had that little booty call thing going on first season. And
I didn't watch the first season, so I need to go back and watch it because
you have to.
Excuse me?
Yeah,
that's really awkward too.
Exactly.
They had sex?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was very short-lived right in the beginning of the season, so you kind of...
I can't even imagine that.
You kind of don't even remember it, but it was just a random thing. But
yeah. I think the show was trying to find its way, and that's one of the things that I love about this show is that it developed over a period of time, and thank goodness that Fox gave it that time to develop because so many shows don't get the opportunity to do so. But the characters at the beginning were like, where are they going? What's happening? Like, why is Mindy having sex with Jeremy? But they did. Yeah.
Mindy has to be careful. She can't just be having sex with all her coworkers.
Right.
You work so closely together and you're partners. So...
But they were such a fling, though, that I feel like it doesn't even matter with them anymore. That was,
Does
literally...
Danny know about it?
Yeah, everyone knew about it. Everyone in the office
got
did.
it.
Yeah, it was pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Morgan and his cousin.
Cousin Lou, I think is a great addition to the show.
Yeah, I hope It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia doesn't come back soon to steal him from us, because if you guys didn't realize, he is on that show as well. I loved him.
I hope he lasts long for sure, because I feel like I laughed at everything that he said. And the fact that whenever she's like, oh, I hope it was a white collar crime, he's like, no, murder.
Yeah.
But I'm like, how do you get out for murder? And like all these things are going through my head.
I wonder how Morgan got out for all of his crimes, but thank God he
did.
did.
Because he's so nice. He'll just give everyone hugs.
But Cousin Lou came with some great advice, though, at the end whenever he was telling Danny,
honesty
be open.
Honesty is the best policy.
I mean,
he also definitely knows how to eat a popsicle.
Yes, he does.
I think that was some good improv, too, because you could tell the popsicle kind of fell, like, underneath his lip, and he, like slipped it up really quickly with his tongue.
You're paying attention.
I know. Well, I love comedy and improv, so I can tell, I feel like when something happens on set and they're like, that's awesome, keep it. When I watched it for the second time, I wrote that down. I was like, the popsicle dropped. But he's pretty amazing. What do you think was tattooed on his arm? The face? Of what?
Oh,
I'm not really sure.
I'm sure it's going to be some weird character that I'll love, of course.
Yeah, I really want to figure out how long he's going to be on the show, and if it's because they've had amazing guest stars on the Mindy Project.
And I loved when James Franco was on it.
Oh, yeah, he was so funny.
It was such a tease, too.
Yeah.
I mean, because all these guest stars, it's amazing because she has such great connections in the industry.
Yeah.
So she can get all these people on for an episode or 2 or 3, And then what? You know, then they go and do their own movies.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I think that's all you need. You don't need these super celebs to be regulars. You just need to keep it interesting. And, you know, if I see James Franco's going to be on next week, I'm going to tune in. So I think she's using that to keep people coming back. And I think it's a great strategy.
Yeah, I think so too, for sure.
Me too. We love you, Mindy. We
Yes,
love
we
you,
do.
Mindy. Seriously. Okay, so let's talk for a moment about iTunes.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. We love for you guys to download and listen on iTunes and watch on YouTube, but download, review us, rate us. If you like us, you think we're great, you think it's funny, give us 5 stars. If you don't, give us 3 or 4 and tell us why.
No. Give us 5 stars still.
Yeah.
Be honest, but give us 5 stars.
Exactly.
So I would still like to talk a little bit more about Mindy and Danny's relationship.
Oh, yeah, there's so much that happened in this episode.
How it's progressed.
Yeah.
So there's still some core issues that these two have, and they're always going to have. And the opener of the show expressed that. You know, after they have sex, then, you know, they like to do completely different things just in their day-to-day lives. Do you guys, I mean, I know that the whole point of this show is a love story, a rom-com, but he's a bit of a difficult person, don't you guys think?
I don't think he's difficult. I think he's different. And I don't think you need to do the same thing as your partner. As long as, like, you guys have chemistry and you like to do some things together, I think it's healthy when 2 individuals have their individual lives and then they come together and just have a good time, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think you need... I hate couples that are up under each other doing the same things at all times. That just makes me sick. Makes me want to never get into a relationship.
Exactly.
I'm the type that I'm like, okay, cool, see you later. Like, that's healthy to me.
Yeah.
I like the fact that they're so opposite on so many levels.
Yeah.
It was just so funny whenever she takes a bite of cantaloupe and she hates it because he's a
I
health nut and
asked her,
works
I was like,
out.
what was that? That was so disgusting. She's like, cantaloupe. I'm like,
It looks
cantaloupe
like
tastes
cantaloupe.
like nothing. She's such a diva.
He tried on the pink shirt. I think that's what's important to notice about them is that they're
trying.
very different, but they're trying to be not the same, but trying to accept each other's
Yeah.
differences. We won't call them flaws because they're not flaws. They're
Yeah.
just differences between the two. But they're trying, and just because he might not like a pink polo, that doesn't mean anything. He doesn't have to like a pink polo.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Also, we have to keep in mind that it's very early on in their relationship. We're probably looking at, 6 months? Not
Probably.
even, maybe, 3 months into the relationship.
And I feel like them working together probably makes it seem like 3 years.
Yeah, it does. That would be my issue. I don't think I could work with somebody and date somebody because like I mentioned, I get sick of people very easily. So I can't spend the night with you and then see you all day at work. Like, I kind of want my space. So I can foresee that being an issue with them because if they bump heads or if they have a fight and they're not on speaking terms and then they're at work and they need to speak or communicate to get things done, that's going to be an issue.
Yeah, which is why I think that they are a great yin and yang because he's teaching her to not open your mouth at work about our sex life because I work here. That was also very funny.
Oh, yeah.
About how great he is with his mouth and how she apparently is not so much.
I just love that everyone mentions it so casually, too. But it's just, that's how they are. They're that kind of office where he's like, who all knows about how I'm good with my mouth? She's like, everyone, of course. Because that's just how she is. And so it's just, I love that they're all that way. And they mention it. And Morgan's like, hey, I heard you good with your mouth. And then Cousin Lou with the popsicle.
I know. But it brings up such an important issue about dating at work and their relationship. And they have like a double whammy, dating at work and living close to each other. If you guys had to pick, what would you rather? Date a guy that lived next door to you or that you worked with?
I would say that I work with.
Next door.
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause then you can check on him oh, who just knocked on your door? Excuse me?
That's true. That's true. But also I'm like, I I just need my space at work. We can, they can kind of be separated because they're two separate doctors when they need to be, and their work relationship is different, but I don't know.
I feel like I would get more space if we didn't work together.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, so like I would like, because when you're with somebody, you're most likely seeing them every night or every other night or whatever.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
you guys, it's like you live together, but during the day you go your own separate ways and then reconnect at night.
Tell us what you guys think, for sure. Give us in the comments, would you rather be dating somebody that lived next door to you or that you worked with? It's a really difficult
First of all,
question.
I think it's really stupid that they live next door to each other. Come on. The cost of living is way too high for you guys to be owning 2 condos. Just rent one out and move in together.
But remember, she bought it at the end of last season whenever they were broken up because she wanted to kind of be on her own, and he offered her this deal because she was about to pay a lot more money for a kind of rundown apartment.
Yeah.
So I get it. It's part of their little...
But eventually they're going to end up moving in together or
For
knocking
sure.
down that wall.
They have to.
Yeah.
Because they're meant to be.
hating each other.
Knock on some wood. We don't want that.
You guys are so smart. You knock on your heads too. I do that. Everyone thinks I'm crazy. Like, are you knocking on your head? I'm like, there's no wood. I know. Well, one last thing I'd really like to touch upon is Diamond Danny.
Oh, that striptease. Y'all, that was amazing.
Whoa. Was not expecting that. And I loved how Morgan knew that the pouch in the thong was for a penis.
Yeah.
I would not have known that.
I feel like if anybody would have known that, it would have been Morgan.
For sure.
Like, he just seems like he knows that. Yeah. Like he's been a stripper for Halloween or something. Yeah.
I think Morgan has a lot of secrets. As does Danny, clearly.
The moment at the end, whenever they're on the little balcony thing, it's just so sweet between them whenever he's telling her all of his secrets and about his mom and his dad. And that's why I think they're going to make it, because they're able to have fun and kind of have the little like bickering little fights, but then they come back and they have these really special moments, and then he says it's real, and she's been looking for this for so long. So I'm just so happy.
I definitely think it's real, and I think they're really going to last because of their friendship. The foundation of their friendship is everything. If you can respect somebody and love somebody as a friend, I think the relationship part is easy. So,
and he can give you stellar stripteases. So that's just a plus, right?
Well, here's my question that came into my mind when she found the panties. Would you, because at first I was like, does he like to wear women's underpants, like their clothing? Like,
that didn't
what?
even cross my mind.
I immediately thought stripper.
No, I didn't. I was like, oh dear.
I thought he was banging a stripper.
I think I've lived in West Hollywood for far too long. The question that popped in my head was, would you rather find an ex-girlfriend's panties in your man's drawer, or would you rather it be that he's a little weird and has them on his own?
Ex-girlfriend's underwear. For sure.
Yeah.
Read my mind.
Absolutely.
She didn't even let me get it out. Yep, exactly. No questions about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because just like Mindy said, she's like, it's okay. Everyone has an ex-girlfriend thing. I have old T-shirts, whatever.
And she said she has hair.
Oh yeah, for
What?
what did she say?
Wait, hold on. Let me look at my notes.
The voodoo dolls. What did she say?
Yeah.
I have boxes of hair for whatever for voodoo. I forget. What
love
her
Me
saying.
too. I'm just kidding. I do have like weird boxes of weird stuff, but it's fine. But not underpants. I think I hate the word panty, so I say underpants. Like, it sounds like a grandma.
Underwear.
I say underwear.
Yeah, underwear. I'm like underpants. That's stupid. So I think she kind of was pretty impressed, actually, with Diamond Danny. I think it made her love him even
She was
more.
like, her face was like in shock. She was like, oh.
Well, and then her glasses were on.
That was epic.
And he throws them off, and then he gives her the belt.
It was almost like he was Batman. Like, you would never expect him to do that. So it's like, what, Danny? Huh? You have rhythm, you can dance, and you're stripping? Wow.
Oh, you didn't see the first season, so you did not see him dance.
I didn't.
One of the first episodes, they go to the club as like the entire office goes, and he throws down some moves. He's such a good dancer.
I guess we should have known.
Yeah, true.
We would never expect that from his character because he's so conservative.
His mom made him take dance classes when he was little.
Oh, I'm starting to watch the
And then he paid her mortgage.
What
Such a great
perfect
guy.
little child.
Yeah, and a great mother, you know.
If you're going to be a stripper or a drug dealer, you better do something for your mom.
Exactly.
Except for strip, because that would be weird.
For what?
To strip for your mother.
No, that's not what I meant. I meant like pay her bills, buy her a house, a car, like.
I know. I can't ever not think of Channing Tatum when I think of male stripping. That's the truth.
Channing Tatum.
Well, now we'll think of Diamond Dan.
Diamond Dan.
I'm still thinking of Channing Tatum.
Yeah, I know. It's hard. Well, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in to our first Mindy Project after show. Woo! My name is Sam Davidson. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at SamD43 and on Facebook at Sam Davidson Comedy. Guys?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at April Whisenhant.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Imani Fresh. Bye.
Thanks, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.